In the heart of Miami, Alex thought he had it all: a loving wife, a thriving career, and a life built on trust. But one text message shattered everything, exposing a betrayal that would test his resolve. Will he uncover the truth and find justice without losing himself? Buckle up for a story of heartbreak, confrontation, and a comeback that proves some bonds are unbreakable. Subscribe and hit the bell to follow Alex's journey. The Miami sun blazed over Ocean Drive, where Alex Morales adjusted his sunglasses and handed out reusable water bottles to volunteers at a beach cleanup. At 32, he ran a tight ship as an environmental consultant, his calm precision earning him respect among local businesses. His wife, Sophia, 30, led a group nearby, her laughter cutting through the sound of waves as she rallied kids to pick up plastic straws. Their 7-year marriage thrived on moments like these: shared purpose, easy smiles, and a rhythm that felt unbreakable. Alex caught her eye, and she flashed a playful wink, her energy lighting up the group. They were the couple everyone envied, the ones who posted goofy TikToks and hosted barbecues that kept friends talking for weeks. After the cleanup, they drove home to their Coconut Grove condo, the car filled with the salty scent of the beach. Sophia scrolled through her phone, her voice bubbling with excitement. "Guess who I ran into at that cafe in the Grove?" she said, barely pausing. "Carla from college. She's back in Miami, working as a graphic designer." Alex nodded, merging onto the highway. "That's awesome. You two were tight back then, right?" Sophia's eyes sparkled. "Totally. We talked for like an hour. She wants to grab coffee soon." Alex squeezed her hand, happy she was reconnecting. "Go for it. You deserve some girl time." Days later, Sophia met Carla at a bustling cafe in Wynwood. Alex stayed home, catching up on emails for a new solar project. When Sophia returned, her cheeks were flushed, her words tumbling out. "Carla's got stories for days. College parties, that awful professor we had. It's like no time's passed." Alex grinned, stirring a pot of black beans on the stove. "Sounds like you're 20 again. Plan something fun." Sophia hugged him from behind, her warmth familiar. "You're the best, you know that." The meetups became a routine. Sophia and Carla grabbed brunch at South Beach, shopped for art prints, or took evening walks by the marina. Alex noticed Sophia's phone buzzing more often. Text from Carla, he assumed. He didn't pry. Trust was their foundation. At a community garden event, Carla showed up, her vibrant energy matching Sophia's. She shook Alex's hand firmly, her smile wide but fleetingly guarded. "Heard so much about you," she said, tossing her hair. Alex nodded politely, though something in her quick glance fell off. He brushed it aside, focusing on planting mangroves with the team. One Friday night, Sophia rushed out, grabbing her purse. "Carla's dragging me to this new bar in Brickell," she said, kissing Alex's cheek. "Don't wait up." He chuckled, settling onto the couch with a sustainability report. "Have fun. Text me if you need a ride." She waved, already halfway out the door. The condo fell quiet, the hum of the AC the only sound. Alex worked late, the glow of his laptop casting shadows. By midnight, Sophia hadn't texted. He sent a quick message. "You good?" No reply. He shrugged, figuring she was caught up in the night. The next morning, Sophia was back, brewing coffee like nothing had changed. "Bar was packed," she said, yawning. "Carla's a bad influence. Kept me out too late." Alex laughed, pouring himself a cup. "Sounds like a blast." But her phone buzzed again, and she snatched it up quickly, her fingers tapping fast. Alex's eyes lingered on her for a moment, a faint unease stirring. He pushed it down. Trust was their deal, and he wasn't about to question it over a late night. Weeks passed, and Sophia's outings with Carla grew frequent, sometimes twice a week. She'd come home buzzing, talking about rooftop bars or art galleries, her energy almost too bright. Alex kept busy, landing a contract to greenlight a hotel's energy system. At a beach barbecue they hosted, Sophia and Carla were inseparable, laughing over old college stories. Alex manned the grill, chatting with neighbors, but he caught Carla's eyes darting toward Sophia, then away. It was subtle, like a missed beat in a song. He shook it off, flipping burgers, telling himself it was nothing. One evening, Sophia announced she was meeting Carla for drinks again. "She's stressed about a client," Sophia said, slipping on her shoes. "Might be a late one." Alex nodded, but noticed her credit card on the counter. "Hey, you forgot this," he called, holding it up. Sophia hesitated, then waved it off. Got my phone for payments. I'm good. She left, the door clicking shut. Alex pocketed the card, thinking nothing of it, and turned on a podcast about urban farming. Hours later, his phone pinged with a bank alert. He glanced at it, expecting a grocery charge or a coffee shop tab. Instead, the screen showed a transaction from a motel in Hialeah, a gritty spot known for quick, discreet stays. The amount screamed short-term, impulsive. Alex froze, his pulse spiking. Sophia was supposed to be at a bar in Betrayal, not a motel miles away. He checked the details. The charge was on her card, the one she'd left behind. His mind raced. Maybe a mistake? Fraud? But the purchase was in person, not online. No cloning, no error. He grabbed his keys, his jaw tight, and drove to Hialeah, the city lights blurring past. The motel's neon sign flickered as he pulled into the lot. There was Sophia's car, parked near a row of faded doors. His chest tightened, each breath sharp. He parked across the street, watching, waiting, hoping for an explanation that didn't gut him. 10 minutes dragged by. Then the door of room 107 opened. The motel door swung open, and Sophia stepped out, smoothing her hair with a quick, nervous glance around. Behind her emerged a man, Javier, mid-30s, with a casual stride and a smirk that faded when he saw Alex's car. Alex's heart slammed against his ribs, but he forced himself to stay calm. He stepped out, his shoes crunching on the gravel lot, and approached them. Sophia froze, her eyes wide with shock, her phone slipping slightly in her hand. Javier slowed, his confidence evaporating. "What's this?" Alex asked, his voice low but sharp, cutting through the humid Hialeah air. Sophia opened her mouth, then closed it, her gaze darting to Javier. "Alex, how? Why are you here?" she stammered, stepping forward. He held up his phone, the bank alert glowing on the screen. "Your card. The one you forgot. Motel charge, Sophia." "Explain." Her face drained of color, and she clutched her purse tighter. I used the wrong card," she whispered, her voice cracking. "It was a mistake." Javier shifted, raising a hand as if to speak, but Alex's glare silenced him. "Who are you?" Alex demanded, his eyes locked on the man. Sophia answered first, her words tumbling out. "This is Javier. From college. We ran into each other through Carla. It's not what you think." Her voice wavered, unconvincing. Alex's jaw tightened. "Not what I think. You're at a motel, Sophia. With him. What am I supposed to think?" Javier took a step back, muttering, "Look, man, let's just talk." "No." Alex cut him off, his tone icy. "You leave. Now. Before this gets worse." Javier hesitated, then nodded, hurrying toward a beat-up sedan across the lot. Sophia reached for Alex's arm, but he stepped back. "Don't," he said, his voice steady but laced with pain. "You lied. You used Carla as a cover." "Why?" Sophia's eyes filled with tears. "I was overwhelmed, Alex. Work life, it got heavy. Javier was just there. It happened so fast. I didn't mean for this." Alex shook his head, the words hollow. "You chose this. You broke us." He turned, walking back to his car, ignoring her pleas to wait. The drive home was a blur, Miami's neon lights streaking past as his mind replayed the scene. Sophia's guilty glance, Javier's smug exit, the motel's grimy reality. He parked outside their Coconut Grove condo, but didn't go inside. The place felt tainted, no longer his. He grabbed his phone and booked a room at a quiet Betrayal hotel, needing distance. By morning, Alex was settled in a small, functional room, the city skyline visible through a narrow window. His phone buzzed, Sophia's texts, a string of apologies, explanations, promises to talk. He ignored them, his trust shattered. Instead, he called a lawyer, Maria Delgado, known for clean, efficient divorce cases. "I need this done fast," he told her, his voice firm. "Fair split, no drama. She can keep the condo until it sells." Maria agreed, scheduling a meeting for the next day. At work, Alex buried himself in a new project, pitching eco-friendly upgrades to a downtown cafe. His colleagues noticed his focus, but didn't pry. During a break, he got a call from Carla. "Alex, I need to see you," she said, her voice tense. They met at a quiet juice bar in Wynwood, away from prying eyes. Carla sat across from him, her hands fidgeting with a straw. "I didn't know," she said, her voice low. "Sophia told me about Javier 2 days ago, crying, confessing everything. She used me as an alibi, said we were together when she was with him. I'm sick over it. Alex leaned back, processing. You're sure you had no idea? He asked, his gaze steady. Carla nodded, her eyes earnest. I thought we were just catching up, reliving college days. I'd have warned you if I suspected anything. I feel used, too. Alex exhaled, believing her. Thanks for telling me. This isn't on you. Carla gave a small nod, her shoulders slumping. I'm cutting her off. I can't trust her anymore. She left, her steps heavy, like someone shedding a friendship that no longer fit. Back at the hotel, Alex started searching for a new place. He scrolled through listings, settling on a modest one-bedroom in Betrayal, close to work but far from memories of Sophia. He signed the lease online, arranging to move in within days. Sophia's messages kept coming, long paragraphs about regret, stress, a momentary lapse. He read one, then stopped, deleting the rest. Her words felt like static, disconnected from the truth he'd seen in that motel lot. At the lawyer's office, Maria laid out the plan. Equitable asset division, no contest divorce. Sophia's not fighting it, she said, flipping through papers. She signed the initial docs this morning. Alex nodded, relieved but hollow. The condo would be listed soon, the proceeds split evenly. He didn't care about the money, he just wanted out. That evening, he packed a suitcase from the condo while Sophia was out, taking only essentials, laptop, clothes, a few books. He left a note on the kitchen counter. I'm gone. We'll handle this through Maria. He locked the door behind him, the click final. In his new apartment, Alex set up a small desk, plugging in his laptop to work on his eco-consulting pitch. The space was bare, but it felt like a blank slate. His phone pinged, a message from Javier, short and tentative. I'm sorry, man. I crossed a line. No excuses. Alex's grip tightened, anger flaring. He typed back, you don't get to apologize. Never contact me again. He sent it, blocked the number, and tossed the phone aside. The silence of the apartment settled around him. Not heavy but clean, a space to rebuild. Sophia, meanwhile, stayed in the condo, her life unraveling. Friends stopped texting, their replies cold or non-existent. Her family, once close, grew distant. Her brother's calls were brief, her parents' voices heavy with disappointment. At her gym, clients whispered, their eyes avoiding hers. She canceled classes, retreating into the condo's silence, where every corner reminded her of Alex's absence. One night, she sat on the balcony, staring at the Miami skyline, realizing the weight of her choice. She typed another message to Alex, then deleted it, knowing it wouldn't change a thing. Alex stood in his new Betrayal apartment, unpacking a box of books onto a shelf. The Miami skyline, a faint glow beyond the window. The space was small but functional, a fresh start untainted by the past. His phone stayed silent. No more messages from Sophia, just a single email from Maria, his lawyer, confirming the next steps in the divorce. The condo sale was moving forward, with a realtor scheduling open houses. Alex replied with a curt approval, focusing instead on a pitch for a local restaurant chain eager to cut energy costs. Work was his anchor, keeping his mind sharp and his pain at bay. At the office, he presented his sustainability plan to the restaurant's owner, outlining solar panel installations and waste reduction strategies. The client nodded, impressed, and signed on for a pilot project. Colleagues clapped Alex on the back, sensing his drive, but unaware of the fire fueling it. On his lunch break, he scrolled through LinkedIn, spotting a post from Carla about a new design contract. He sent a quick message. Congrats on the gig. Thanks for being straight with me. She replied instantly. Anytime, Alex. You deserve better. The exchange was brief, but grounded him. A reminder that not all trust was lost. Sophia, meanwhile, was unraveling in the Coconut Grove condo. She canceled another fitness class, citing a scheduling conflict, but the truth was she couldn't face the gym's sidelong glances. Her clients, once loyal, booked with other coaches, their texts polite but distant. At a grocery store, she ran into a mutual friend, Elena, who offered a tight smile before hurrying away. Sophia's chest tightened. She was becoming a ghost in her own life. Back home, she opened her laptop, staring at job listings in Tampa, Orlando, anywhere but Miami. The city felt like a trap, every street tied to memories of Alex's laughter or their shared routines. One evening, Alex grabbed coffee at a downtown cafe, sketching ideas for his own consulting firm on a napkin. A text from Maria popped up. Sophia had agreed to all terms, no contest. The condo's first showing was tomorrow. Alex exhaled, the finality sinking in. He paid for his coffee and walked to the waterfront, the bay's breeze steadying him. His dream of going independent was taking shape. Meetings with potential investors were lined up, and a small office space in Wynwood was available for lease. He called Maria, asking her to finalize the divorce papers by week's end. "I want this done," he said, his voice resolute. Sophia, alone in the condo, packed a suitcase. Photos of her and Alex from a Key West trip sat on the counter, untouched. She couldn't look at them. Her phone buzzed. A call from her mother, who'd heard whispers from friends. "Sophia, what happened?" her mother asked, her tone heavy with concern. Sophia's throat tightened. "I messed up, Mommy. I don't know how to fix it." Her mother urged her to come home to Hialeah, but Sophia refused. "I need to leave, start over," she said, hanging up. She booked a one-way bus ticket to Jacksonville, leaving in 2 days, and emailed the realtor to confirm she'd be out before the sale closed. Alex visited the Wynwood office space, a compact loft with exposed brick and big windows. The landlord, a retired engineer, liked his pitch and offered a 6-month lease with a discount. Alex signed on the spot, his first step toward independence. Back at his apartment, he drafted a business plan, mapping out services for small businesses wanting to go green. A notification pinged, an email from a former colleague, Diego, offering to join as a partner. Alex called him, and they talked for an hour, hashing out logistics. The future felt tangible, a path carved by his own hands. Sophia spent her last day in Miami walking the Grove streets, passing the cafe where she'd reconnected with Carla. Regret gnawed at her. She'd used Carla, lied to Alex, and lost everything. At the condo, she left a note for the realtor. "All my things are gone. Good luck with the sale." She took one last look at the empty space, then locked the door and headed to the bus station. Her phone stayed quiet. No one reached out. In Jacksonville, she'd rent a cheap apartment and look for work, hoping distance would dull the shame. Alex got a call from the realtor. The condo had an offer slightly above asking. He approved it, asking Maria to handle the paperwork. That night, he met Diego at a bar to celebrate their partnership. Over beers, Diego asked, "You holding up okay?" Alex nodded, sipping his drink. "I'm not looking back, just building what's next." Diego raised his glass. "To new beginnings, then." Alex clinked his glass, a faint smile breaking through. The pain still lingered, but it was no longer the loudest thing in his life. Sophia boarded the bus, her suitcase stowed below. As Miami's skyline faded, she stared out the window, her reflection pale against the glass. She'd written a final email to Alex, apologizing again, but deleted it before sending. Words couldn't undo her betrayal. In Jacksonville, she'd start small, maybe a job at a gym, maybe a new circle of friends. But the weight of her choices followed her, a shadow she couldn't outrun. Alex, back in his apartment, opened a laptop file labeled Morales Eco Solutions. He added a logo sketch, a simple green wave, and emailed it to Diego. The office lease started next week, and their first client meeting was booked. He glanced at his phone. No messages, no surprises. For the first time in weeks, he slept through the night. The hum of Miami outside his window, a quiet promise of what he could still create. Alex unlocked the door to his new Wynwood office, the scent of fresh paint greeting him as he flipped on the lights. The loft space buzzed with potential, desks arranged, a whiteboard ready for ideas, and a small coffee machine humming in the corner. He and Diego had spent the weekend setting up, wiring laptops, and pinning up project timelines. Their first client, a local brewery, wanted a full sustainability overhaul, and the meeting was set for noon. Alex reviewed his notes, adrenaline pushing aside the lingering ache from the past months. His phone pinged. Maria, confirming the condo sale had closed, funds ready to split. He texted back, "Send my share to the business account." The divorce was nearly final. Only signatures remained. In Jacksonville, Sophia stepped off a bus into a humid morning, her suitcase dragging behind her. She'd rented a studio apartment near the river, a cramped space with bare walls, but it was hers. At a nearby diner, she applied for a job as a server, her fitness coach credentials useless without references. The manager, a gruff woman, hired her on a trial basis. Sophia nodded, forcing a smile, but the weight of isolation clung to her. Her phone held no new messages. Friends had faded. Her family's calls were rare and strained. She walked to her apartment, passing strangers who didn't know her story, and for a moment, that anonymity felt like relief. Back in Miami, Alex greeted the brewery owner, presenting a plan for solar-powered keg coolers and compostable packaging. The client signed a contract on the spot, shaking Alex's hand with enthusiasm. Diego grinned, whispering, "We're in business, man." After the meeting, they grabbed tacos at a food truck, mapping out their next pitch for a boutique hotel. Alex's confidence grew, each step cementing his new path. A text from the realtor confirmed the condo funds were transferred. His half would cover the office lease and marketing for Morales Eco Solutions. He felt no nostalgia, only forward momentum. Sophia's first shift at the diner was chaotic: spilled coffee, impatient customers, and a cook shouting orders. She moved quickly, learning the rhythm, but her mind wandered to Miami, to Alex's steady presence at their old barbecues. A co-worker, noticing her distraction, asked if she was okay. Sophia mumbled, just adjusting, and focused on clearing tables. After her shift, she sat by the river, scrolling through social media. A post from Carla popped up, a new design project tagged in Miami. Sophia hesitated, then sent a message. "I'm sorry for dragging you into my mess." Carla didn't reply. Alex hosted a small launch event for Morales Eco Solutions, inviting local business owners to the Wynwood office. The room filled with chatter as Diego demoed their energy-saving software on a projector. A cafe owner pledged to join their next project, and a tech startup requested a consultation. Alex worked the crowd, his handshake firm, his pitch polished. A reporter from a local green blog snapped photos, promising a feature. As the event wrapped, Diego pulled Alex aside. "This is just the start, right?" Alex nodded, a spark in his eyes. "We're building something real." In Jacksonville, Sophia's days blurred into routine, serving tables, dodging questions about her past, and returning to her silent apartment. Her parents called once, urging her to visit, but she deflected, saying she needed time. At the diner, a regular customer, an older man, left her a generous tip and a note. "Keep going, kid." It was the first kindness she'd felt in weeks. She pocketed the note, a small anchor in her drifting life, and started searching for fitness coaching jobs, hoping to reclaim a piece of her old self. Alex met Maria at her office to sign the final divorce papers. She slid the documents across the desk, her expression professional but kind. "It's done after this," she said. "You're free." Alex signed without hesitation, the pen steady in his hand. He thanked her and left, stepping into Miami's midday heat. At a nearby park, he sat on a bench, watching joggers and street vendors. The weight of the past was lifting, replaced by a quiet resolve. He texted Diego, "Let's pitch that hotel tomorrow." Full speed. Sophia attended a job fair in Jacksonville, pitching herself to a gym chain looking for trainers. Her enthusiasm caught the manager's attention, and they scheduled a follow-up interview. On her way home, she passed a community center offering free yoga classes. She signed up, craving connection. The instructor, a warm woman named Lila, invited her to join a group hike. Sophia accepted, her first step toward building something new. But at night, alone, she lay awake, the memory of Alex's cold gaze in the motel lot still sharp, a reminder of what she'd thrown away. Alex and Diego landed the hotel contract, their biggest yet. They celebrated with a late-night brainstorming session, sketching plans for rooftop gardens and water recycling systems. A notification popped up, a deposit from the condo sale, his share now in the business account. Alex leaned back, exhaling. The past was gone. The future his to shape. He opened his laptop, drafting an email to a potential investor, his fingers flying across the keys. Morales Eco Solutions was no longer a dream. It was real, growing his. Sophia's interview with the gym went well. They offered her a part-time role. She accepted, training clients in the mornings and serving at the diner at night. The yoga group became a weekly ritual, Lila and the others welcoming her without judgment. One evening, Sophia wrote a letter to Alex, pouring out her regret, but tore it up before mailing it. Some apologies, she realized, were for herself, not him. She stepped on her balcony, the Jacksonville skyline unfamiliar but steady, and vowed to keep moving forward, one small choice at a time. Alex stood at the front of a crowded conference room in downtown Miami, presenting Morales Eco Solutions' latest project to a group of investors. His slides showcased a retrofit plan for a chain of local gyms, cutting energy use by 30%. Diego handled the tech demo, fielding questions with ease. The lead investor, a sharp-eyed woman, pledged funding for expansion, impressed by their traction. As the room emptied, Alex and Diego exchanged a fist bump. Their Wynwood office now employed 3 staff, and contracts were piling up. Alex checked his phone. No personal notifications, just a calendar alert for a community cleanup he'd organized. He smiled, the event a nod to where his journey began. In Jacksonville, Sophia led her first full yoga class at the gym, guiding a small group through poses with steady confidence. Her part-time coaching role had grown, and she'd quit the diner, trading late-night shifts for early mornings training clients. At the community center, she'd become a regular, helping Lila organize free fitness workshops for low-income families. One afternoon, a client thanked her for a session, saying, "You make this feel possible." Sophia nodded, a flicker of pride cutting through her lingering guilt. She hadn't spoken to her Miami circle in months, but Lila's group filled the void, their acceptance a quiet lifeline. Alex drove to the beach for the cleanup, greeting volunteers with high fives. The turnout was strong, locals, business owners, even a reporter from the Green Blog. They cleared plastic bottles and fishing line, filling bins under a blazing sun. A young volunteer, inspired by Alex's work, asked about interning at Morales Eco Solutions. Alex handed her a business card, encouraging her to apply. Later, he sat on the sand, watching the waves, his mind clear. The divorce was finalized weeks ago, the condo sale a distant memory. His share had fueled the business, and the past no longer pulled at him. Sophia, after a long day, joined Lila's hiking group in a Jacksonville park. The trail wound through pines, the air thick with earth and possibility. She laughed with the group, sharing snacks and stories, her first genuine ease in months. Back home, she opened her laptop, updating her resume to reflect her coaching work. A job alert popped up, a full-time position at a wellness center in Orlando. She applied, her fingers steady, driven by a need to build something lasting. Her phone stayed quiet, no word from her parents or old friends. She accepted the silence, focusing on the present. Alex's business hit a milestone, a contract with a Miami mall to overhaul its lighting systems. He and Diego celebrated with a team dinner at a Cuban restaurant, toasting to their growth. A notification arrived, a feature article in the Green Blog, praising Morales Eco Solutions for its community impact. Alex forwarded it to the team, his chest swelling with purpose. Later, he walked through Wynwood, passing murals and bustling bars. A text from Maria confirmed all legal ties with Sophia were severed. He deleted the message, needing no reminder of closure. In Jacksonville, Sophia landed the Orlando job, a role designing wellness programs. She packed her studio apartment, donating half her things to a local shelter. At the community center, Lila threw a small goodbye gathering, gifting Sophia a journal for a new chapter. "You're stronger than you know," Lila said, hugging her. Sophia drove to Orlando, the highway stretching ahead, her past a shadow, but no longer a chain. She hadn't tried contacting Alex again, respecting the boundary his silence set. Her focus was forward, new city, new work, new self. Alex hosted a workshop at his office, teaching small businesses about carbon footprints. Attendees scribbled notes, inspired by his clarity. One asked about his motivation. Alex paused, then said, "I learned life's about building what lasts, no matter what falls apart." The room nodded, unaware of his story. That night, he updated the company website, adding a section for community projects. A call from the young volunteer confirmed her internship start. Alex hung up, energized, his life now a mosaic of choices he owned. Sophia settled in Orlando, her wellness center role demanding but fulfilling. She designed classes for single mothers, drawing on her own resilience. One evening, she joined a local running group, their chatter easing her into a new rhythm. Her apartment, small but bright, held a single photo of her and Lila's hiking crew. She didn't check social media anymore, avoiding glimpses of Miami. Her parents called, their tones softer, planning a visit. Sophia agreed, a step toward mending. She lay awake sometimes, regretting her betrayal, but channeled it into her work, helping others heal. Javier, meanwhile, had vanished from Miami's radar. Word reached Alex through Diego that Javier had moved to a small town in Georgia, working odd jobs and keeping a low profile. He tried messaging Carla once, apologizing, but she blocked him. His absence was a footnote, irrelevant to Alex's momentum. The Miami Mall project launched, earning Morales Eco Solutions a city award for innovation. Alex accepted it at a small ceremony, dedicating it to his team and the community. Volunteers from the cleanup cheered, their support a new kind of family. Sophia's Orlando life took root. She led a workshop that packed the wellness center, her energy drawing praise. A coworker invited her to a book club, and she joined, finding solace in shared stories. One night, she wrote in Lila's journal, listing goals: expand the wellness program, rebuild trust with her family, live honestly. The guilt of her past lingered, but no longer defined her. She closed the journal, stepped on her balcony, and watched Orlando's lights, determined to earn her second chance. Alex stood on his apartment's rooftop, the Miami skyline alive below. Morales Eco Solutions had 2 new clients, and Diego was scouting a second office. The cleanup had sparked a citywide initiative, with Alex as an advisor. He sipped a coffee, reflecting on the year. Pain had forged purpose. Betrayal had birthed resilience. He typed a blog post for the company site. Sustainability starts with choice. Yours, mine, ours. He hit publish, shut his laptop, and looked to the stars, ready for whatever came next.